Let me introduce you to Rodney Alcala, aka the dude who proves that background checks are important and that sometimes evil walks around looking completely normal. You ever wonder if some people are just born broken? Because Rodney Alcala didn't even need a villain origin story. The dude came pre-installed with chaotic evil settings. Born in 1943 in Texas, dragged back and forth between Mexico and LA because his parents couldn't get their act together, Rodney still managed to be the smart kid in school. Charming, artistic, talented. Joined the army at 17, but shocker, he gets kicked out after a nervous breakdown, and military doctors are like, yeah, he's basically a diagnosed sociopath. Instead of, I don't know, getting help, Rodney decides, let's go to UCLA and major in fine arts. By the time he's smiling on the dating game, Rodney's already a serial predator hiding behind a nice smile and a camera, just waiting for the right moment to show the world who he really is. Everyone thought he was going places. Spoiler alert, he did, just straight to hell. It's 1968, Rodney's 25 years old, a former army guy living in Los Angeles, and already a walking nightmare. No slow descent into madness here. No tragic backstory that made him snap. He just wakes up one day, sees an 8-year-old little girl walking to school and thinks, yeah, I'm gonna ruin this child's life today. And so he pulls up in his car, offers her a ride, and because it's the 60s and kids are taught to be polite to adults instead of screaming and running, she says yes. Rodney takes her to his apartment and commits horrific crimes against her that I won't even describe because honestly, it's that bad. Afterward, he leaves her for dead. Miraculously, she survives. When police realize what happened, they're like, we need to arrest this man immediately, and the FBI is like, let's just slap him on the most wanted list and hope for the best. Rodney's solution? Easy. He flees to New York City because apparently back then you could just hop on a Greyhound bus and reset your whole life. He changes his name. He enrolls in NYU film school, casually studying under Roman Polanski because sure, if you're gonna be evil, might as well hang with the pros. And you're probably thinking, okay, maybe being in school will chill him out? Wrong. Rodney's still Rodney. A few years later, he meets a nice woman moving into her new apartment. She's struggling with furniture. Rodney offers to help. 5 minutes after stepping inside, he strangles her with her own stockings. No warning, no hesitation, because that's what he does. After the murder, he disappears again, this time resurfacing in New Hampshire as a camp counselor for kids. Yeah, because nothing screams trustworthy mentor like a literal fugitive wanted for crimes against children. He lays low for a bit until one day, some of the kids from the camp are at the post office. They spot an FBI poster with his face on it, and they're like, is that Mr. Alcala? They tell the camp director. Director calls the police. Rodney gets arrested on the spot. And finally, justice, right? Because the poor little girl was so traumatized she couldn't testify, prosecutors had to cut a deal and charge him with way less serious crimes. Rodney gets a sweetheart plea deal, they charge him with some lesser crime, and he's sentenced to a few years in prison, not even for the worst thing he did, meaning Rodney spent just a few years in prison and walked right back out into society like nothing happened. Good job, justice system. Really nailed it. And then, because America's justice system was playing on easy mode back then, he gets released. Within 2 months of getting out, Rodney's back at it. He offers another 13-year-old girl a ride to school. Spoiler, it's not to school. He's caught again, sent back to prison, but only for 2 more years. And after that, you guessed it, he's out again, free to roam the streets like nothing ever happened. From there, Rodney becomes the world's creepiest fake photographer. He goes around approaching women. Hey, you look like a model. Can I take your picture? And for some reason it works. Because remember, this is before true crime podcasts existed to teach women that strange men with cameras are almost never a good thing. Woman after woman falls for the same line. He lures them, he attacks them, he murders them, and he does it across the country. Doesn't matter. Rodney's just racking up states like Pokemon badges. By the mid-70s, he's committed at least half a dozen murders, and probably more. But Rodney's feeling cocky now, so he thinks, you know what would be a great idea? Going on national television. And that's how we get to the dating game. If you've never heard of it, the dating game was like The Bachelor's chaotic grandpa. One woman asks flirty questions to 3 hidden bachelors, then picks one to go on a date with based on their answers. It's supposed to be cute. It's supposed to be harmless. Enter Rodney Alcala. Somehow, this dude, fresh off multiple arrests, somehow passes whatever joke of a screening process they had and lands a spot as bachelor number 1. When he walks out on stage, he looks normal enough. Charming, smiling, casual. If only the audience knew. During the show, the Bachelorette Cheryl Bradshaw asks Rodney flirty questions.
Come on, over here.
Oh, honey, we ought to go out and boogie.
Really?
Bachelor number 1, I am serving you for dinner.
Oh.
What are you called, and what do you look like?
I'm called the banana, and I look really good.
Can you be a little more descriptive?
Peel me.
He flirts back, but it's weird. He calls himself a banana and tells her to peel him. I think the entire studio should have evacuated right then. And despite how gross he was, Rodney wins. He beats out the other contestants. Cheryl chooses him. Lucky for her, the second they go backstage, she gets bad vibes. Creeped out to her core. She tells the producers she refuses to go on the date. And honestly, that gut feeling probably saved her life, because Rodney goes right back to his favorite hobby, hunting for victims. He lures more women under the "you're so pretty, let me photograph you" scam. Between 1977 and 1979, Alcala murdered several women, including Jill Barkham, 18, found in Los Angeles in 1977, Georgia Wicksted, 27, murdered in her Malibu apartment in 1977, Charlotte Lamb, 32, killed in El Segundo in 1978, Jill Parenteau, 21, murdered in Burbank in 1979, until 1979. That's when he meets two 12-year-old girls on a beach, offers to take their pictures. Later, he spots one of them, Robin Samso, riding her bike to ballet class. He pulls up, offers her a ride. She never makes it to class. Her body is found later in a remote canyon. Police investigate. Robin's friend, the other 12-year-old girl, gives an incredible description to a sketch artist. They get a police sketch, and yeah, it kinda looks like Rodney, but it's good enough. Rodney's parole officer sees it and goes, "Wait, I know that guy." Police arrest Rodney again. They search a storage locker he had rented in Seattle. Because when you're a serial killer, apparently you need a side business in self-storage. And inside they find over 1,000 photos of women, teenage girls, even young kids. Some smiling, some clearly terrified. Hundreds of photos of women and girls, some of whom are still unidentified to this day. Jewelry trophies from his victims. And most importantly, Robin's earrings. The evidence is overwhelming. Many of them have never been identified to this day. It's literally a serial killer's trophy room. Rodney is tried, he appeals, he gets retried, he appeals again. It takes literally decades to finally lock down a conviction. Eventually, Rodney Alcala is sentenced to death. And for the record, investigators believe he could have killed up to 130 people. But before the state could execute him, Rodney dies in 2021 from a heart attack in prison.